Hey everyone, guess what? We are here with Patrick Brinks of Volume and Mojave Experience. Mojave Experience is a super dope festival coming to you March 20th and 21st this year, the inaugural Mojave Experience. What a fucking lineup you have, dude.
Yeah,
Holy
it's a killer
shit.
lineup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get bands that I wanted to see a lot. Most of them I have seen before, and there's a few that I haven't that I really wanted to check out.
Yeah. So Howling Giant for me is like I fucking love them. Their
Yeah, they're
album,
great.
dude, their new album is like Last Future, they found their feet, and then Crucible and Ruin, they like took it to the next level, which is it's mind-boggling. They're so
Yeah,
good.
I think they're gonna blow up for sure.
I do too. They've got, like a really good pop sensibility, great like song structures, and
Yeah,
they're
the
really
songs are catchy as hell.
fuck yeah, they are.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
how did
I like that.
yeah, for sure. So um who I guess who on the festival are you most looking forward to like seeing?
Oh man, all of them, but like one band I haven't seen live. Like I said, I've seen most of the bands live. One band that I've been wanting to see for the last few years is Ecstatic Vision. I mean, I've seen videos and their show just on the videos goes off, and I want to see that and experience it live and stuff. They're like everything that they do, they put in so much energy into their show. It's like everything that you want and that you need when you go to a live show, you want to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking cool. I've not seen them either. Matter of fact, I've not seen, I think, the majority of your lineup. Now I've seen Garcia, I've seen uh Hippie Death Cult, of course I've seen fucking Howling Giant shit a half a dozen or more times. Um but Arthur C and the Riff Killers too. Like he
Yeah, this is
just
going to be his first show.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
this is his solo project. He's going to do stuff from his from his back catalog, from like House of Broken Promises, Unita, and stuff like that. But then he's got a bunch of stuff that's solo songs that he'll be debuting live for the first time.
that's rad. That'll be super rad. That dude, he is such a fucking performer too.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's gonna be a fun one. So, we talked real briefly about what made you like wanna wanna do this. For everyone else out there, do you want to let them know?
Yeah, well, there's a couple things. One thing that this place is rad out here. I was born and raised out here. I love it out here. It's such an inspiration, musically and just like in life. And there's just such a killer vibe out here. I just thought it'd be a great place to have a music fest, to have killer bands in a setting that's just as killer. And I think what we have different than most fests is that it's a destination place. It's somewhere that's not just surrounded by concrete jungle. It's you have nature out here. You have killer skies, and Saturday is going to be all open air, so you're going to be able to take all that in. And I just thought that what a perfect place to have some great bands, and it's a killer setting.
Hell
So
yeah.
and with that, I at first the intention was to put my band on it, but as I started curating all the bands, I was like, you know what, um, I'm gonna just let the killer band speak for itself, and then not put my band on this year because I just didn't want to wear two hats and try to figure out go from business mode, production mode, to all of a sudden trying to be in a band mode. And this year, I just want to make sure everything runs smooth so that everybody, from the volunteers to the bands to the vendors, to the attendees, that everybody has a good time. And I want to be able to put out any fires that I have to make sure that everybody has a great time.
That's yeah. I think that's super smart. I know I'm wearing a Crop shirt right now, and Braun from Crop also has a
Does
festival.
legalize.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is coming up in April.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nice.
and it's, he runs around real crazy. Usually same thing, like 2 days, and Crop will play one day, and then I'm like, if I was playing, I don't know that I would want to put on a festival and play. Like that seems to be,
Yeah, I'm already for the most part, like if you get to know me, I'm pretty like hyper and high strung and and I just didn't want to. That would be my adrenaline would be going so high that I don't know like if it would translate well into us doing live. My mind would just be going a million miles an hour. So I wanted to make sure like if I thought I could do it this first year, like where our show would be great and my mind wouldn't be on other things, I would definitely do it. But I think next year we'll definitely be on it. I'll have the first one like under my belt and know kind of like what to expect, and I'll be able to I'll be able to wear two hats next year. But this year I wanted to just kind of you know be behind the scenes, make sure everything happens smooth.
yeah, I think that's, again, I think that's smart. I'm really curious, like how that's gonna work out. Not, I think it's gonna work out great because you've got such a killer fucking lineup. And like we've mentioned a few of the artists so far, but like Rubber Snake Charmers,
Oh yeah, they rule.
holy fuck. Like,
Live they're killer, like the album's killer, but live they like it's just a different experience every time.
yeah,
And so yeah,
yeah,
Sean's a great front man. I remember him back in the day that he still does throw rag, but that's the first time I met him was when I was living in Orange County, and I used to do sound at a club back then. It was called Club Mesa. um um and now it's called the Wayfarer in Costa Mesa. But they came in and played. I did the sound there, and I was just blown away by the energy and just he just gets the crowd going. You know.
oh yeah. Yeah, I that's someone I've not seen, but I would fucking love to. I think that for people that weren't able to experience it has, I feel like the live show would be like a real Doors type of experience. You want to,
Oh, it is.
you
Yeah,
know, just fucking get into it and get rad. Like,
yeah. It's like an out of body experience. It's great.
fuck yeah. So how many times have you seen them?
Um, Probably at least three times. Yeah, at least three times.
That's
And I've
fucking,
seen the other bands, like especially like the local bands, like Yawning Man and John Garcia, and I seen him back when he was singing with Unita. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I missed him in the Caius days, but I've seen him with Unita back then, and so yeah. So I've seen a lot of those bands.
Yeah, that's so like it's wild. Like I'm not West Coast, so I think there's a lot of opportunity for like for that shit for you guys out there that we don't necessarily have out here, you know?
Right, right. And it's just like with anything. That's why I haven't seen Ecstatic Vision. They haven't done too much West Coast states, and same with the Howling Giant. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of those.
Yeah, and I think were they just out there? I think they were out west a few months ago, but obviously they're getting ready to be back out there again here in a few weeks, which will be, dude, those guys.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
can't wait to see them. Yeah,
So I'll tell you, I told them this, I was like I was going to see him, I don't know, a couple or a few years ago, and I'm trying to listen to him, and I just, for whatever reason, it just wasn't clicking with me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm still going to see him. Like, we'll see. And the fucking live show, everything just like all the pieces came together, and I was like, oh, I get it now.
yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. Like,
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, there's a lot of bands like that. I think the good bands translate even better live. You know what I
yeah,
mean? and stuff. And so, and that helps you be able to go back to the album and really just hear nuances that you didn't notice the first time you listened to them and stuff.
Yeah, it's I'm one of those people. I always give a band a couple of chances live. Sometimes I get, you have an off night, like things
I've
happen.
had a few of those. Yeah.
I think we all have, right? But it's like, I'm going to go and check them out, and maybe they're having an off night if they're not right there. But if I go three times and the band is off all three times or off to me, I'm like, okay, I'm out, you know.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I think most bands tend to win you over when you go see them live. That the energy, um, and the crowd, really the fucking crowd. If you're all there,
Yeah.
for the same reason, it's super rad. Now, um, what is Mojave Gold? Because I know you got that, like,
That's a venue. It's been around. Well, May will be a year that it's been open. It's been other venues in the past, and I actually seen Earthless there a couple of years ago. It's a smaller, intimate venue. It holds about 300 people. I couldn't get where we're having the main event on in Joshua Tree. I couldn't get both dates, the Saturday and Sunday, this year, and I wanted to still have more bands, and so I hit up the Mojave Gold to see if we can have like a pre-party kickoff with like six bands, and so that's why it's there. Next year, it's going to be both nights at the Joshua Tree.
hell
Um,
yes. So you're already
yeah,
planning for year two, huh?
yeah. I'm just trying to. I got the dates. They confirmed the dates, but we're just trying to work out, how much they're going to charge me, all that, and I'm just, and hopefully sign a contract soon, and then start hitting up bands here. I've already talked to a few bands, and semi-officially, and I'm just waiting to get that contract in hand. And once I get the contract in hand, then it's all about doing next year's.
Hell yeah.
It's a
So,
lot of work, dude.
oh
I mean,
yeah.
all the logistics, all the permits. It's just it's not in a venue Saturdays, so it or like a normal venue where they have all the license and permits already done by the venue itself. I have to get a special day use permit, and I have to deal with like 5 to 6, I think even 7 different county organizations, just the fire marshal, the environmental health, the Department of Transportation, the Sheriff Department, the Planning Department. There's all sorts of agencies that each has to sign off, and then you take it to the county planning. They look at all the documents that you've already submitted to all the other agencies, and they go through those, and then they make suggestions or get back with you, and it goes back and forth, and then try to sign it off, and then I still have to I have my final inspection. It'll be in a couple of weeks that the fire department has to sign off, which I'm sure there's been events there. It'll be fine, but you just have to go through all those things. It's a lot. One document from the sheriff department I had to submit was 52 pages. Crazy.
Minute by minute itinerary for the night. You're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? So much bureaucracy, dude. It's
Oh,
wild.
it is. It's crazy. Then you got to get insurance, $1 million insurance, and you got to name all the venues and all the different people that are involved in it, and there's a lot. And then dealing, trying to um get the bands, and most, like, I was lucky. I was actually it went pretty smooth with the bands, but you still most I'd say 90% of the bands that I hit up first, that I made a list of who I want, um, all were like, yeah, let's do it. And there was a couple that I wanted, but it didn't work out with scheduling and stuff. But you know, just trying to there's a lot involved in, like, where are you placing them on the act? You know, some bands are like, oh, I can't play before them. We need to play after them, and which I understand. They've been put in years, they got a bigger name or whatever.
Yeah.
So um
How big is their
there
name on the flyer? Like all of
yeah,
that.
there's all that, but the bands don't it's usually their agents that are doing all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I was part of a larger festival here that the last year that I was a part of it, I think we we had like 6 or 7 thousand in attendance, which was
That's pretty
super.
big. What festival was that?
So it was called the Big Stomp. So
Okay.
essentially they it's not in this vein at all. It's a lot of God, how do I say it? I mean, it's a mix of music, but primarily in like the indie or like pop arena.
Oh, okay, okay.
So to see like all of the things that the different artists require, not even their
Oh yeah.
riders, just the contract itself is like,
Oh yeah,
oh,
you're signing so many different. I have my own contract. Some of them were like, yeah, let's just sign that one. Others are like, no, you got to sign our contract. And it's like, okay, I can agree to this, but these things I can't agree to. Can we compromise here? Can we, so it's a lot of back and forth.
yeah, yeah. I'm so glad that I don't deal with that shit though. Like, nope, I don't want to. So did you like how many shows have you booked previously before going into this?
Oh, like in the 90s, I used to book shows all the time. And then
Okay.
the early up to the early 2000s. And, I've booked shows where, 400 to 600 people, 400 to 600 people and stuff, and smaller shows. And so I did that when I was living in Orange County. And I mean, I used to put back in the day, I used to put together, desert parties and weird. I live up in the high desert, so the lower desert where the Cayuse, the Yawning Man, it was kind of a different, like total it was a total different scene, but we had a lot of the same stuff going on up here. We had desert parties, we had a lot of house parties, and but I threw a desert party down there in '91 that had Fu Manchu. Um, it was at the Nude Bowl in this old nudist colony that has a skate bowl that's pretty famous, and yeah, we probably had 500 people there, and tons of kegs, just craziness going on. And so I've been throwing stuff for a long time.
Oh, that's wild. That would have been, I think, like, back in that era, like in the 90s, I think that would have been a great time to be a part of that, to watch it like evolve into what we know it as today.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, I would I was in I started Volume back in the '90s and stuff, and it's I I really have an affinity for the early '90s type of stoner rock and stuff, and I like bands that still kind of have that sound. They had a lot of great bands like 500 Feet of Pipe. They had Space Probe Taurus, which actually um, stuff got released by Ripple Music about 5 years ago. It's a great album. I still listen to it. There are a lot of kill bands back then.
Hell yeah. So for you, what was the catalyst originally to make you go, "Oh, this is the kind of music that I want to fucking play."
Um, Well, shoot, I I grew up listening to punk rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My formative years was all about punk rock, and from SST, I got into heavy bands. SST was my favorite label. Had Black Flag, and I was buying everything that they were selling. And back when I grew up, we didn't have a record store. The nearest record store was probably an hour and a half away, and so I got mail order and I would just order stuff. You didn't even have a chance to hear it. It's not on the radio. Didn't have a caller's radio station around, and so I would just be reading Maximum Rock and Roll Flip Side, and they would say a cool review, or I would just mail something order something that was new on the SST catalog, and they had a compilation that came out called Blasting Concept and had Saint Vitus on there, and I was like, oh, I dig this stuff. This stuff's cool. And so that led me to heavier bands like Soundgarden was on there. And then Fu Manchu, the guys in there, they back in '91, they turned me on to Monster Magnet. And it was all over. Once I heard Monster Magnet, that's like my favorite band. I think they're the combination of all the things I like. They have that punk rock attitude, the early stuff, and it had the psychedelic, which I loved. They had the rawness and the riffs, and it just was that's what got me into that stoner scene the early on.
That's fucking cool. It was such a different world back then in the 80s and 90s with music because you didn't have this, the internet
Yeah,
access. It wasn't like, oh, I can just Google them real quick or fucking whatever, you had
Right, you
to,
had no idea.
yep,
Is
you're, you,
the band cool's name? The band's name is cool. I'm gonna check it out, or whatever. Or you
yeah,
saw a cool picture in a fanzine or a brief article, or you just bought it because you like the rest of the bands on that label. And like I
yep,
was eating up everything SST was putting out.
yeah, that's so wild. Like those were the days though. I think, I kind of wish kids now experienced more of that because it's so easy for them to go, yeah, okay, like I found that band real quick and
Yeah,
easy. I'm on to the next thing. Like,
yeah,
fuck
and they're
that.
constantly on to the next scene instead of digging into their back catalog and all that. And
Yeah,
it was an experience. Like I would see something cool, and I'm like, you're waiting for it, you're anticipating it. It arrives at your house. You break it open, you check out all the lyrics, you check out the artwork on the album, you put the record on, and you just trip out. You don't know. Like for me, a lot of times I had no idea what it was going to sound like. It was
right.
just because it came from a certain record label. I was just like, I'm gonna check this out, and I did, and it was pretty fun, like because you didn't know what you were gonna hear. You know what I mean? You buy it before you hear it. That's nobody does that anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Well, and
No,
also it was, you're reading the liner notes and you're like, oh, they thanked fucking this band. I need to check that band out because
exactly. Yep.
like if they think they're cool, then I'm probably gonna think they're cool too, or at least I hope.
Yeah, and that's how you found your bands. Yeah.
Yeah. God. The the thrill of the hunt, like that shit was so fun.
Yeah, there's no hunt now. It's just bombarded with all 50 million different 30-second clips all over Instagram or social media.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. What's been, I guess, for you, like, what's the newest band that you found that you think is just rad as hell?
Gran Marino.
Okay.
Have you heard of them?
So I know the name, but I've not listened to them.
They played Ripple Fest, and that was the first time I heard of them and saw them. And I think they're my favorite band of the whole weekend. And their energy just is off the hook. They have they have hooks. They have catchy songs. They're like a harder edge Black Keys. They're a two-piece guitar and drums. I think they're brothers. I could be wrong. They might just be friends. But um they they just have a groove and a soul to them, and they're catchy as all get up. And so I love that band.
Fuck yeah. I'll, I'm gonna have to check them out. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely check them out.
this is why I do it. I'm like, oh, you're listening to that? Cool. I'm gonna fucking check that out. Like I've got a list.
Oh
Just
yeah, you can never get to finish your list, and it always just builds up. So
No, not at all. So, since you started Volume, switching kind of
yeah, no, that's fine.
lanes, since you started Volume, is there like a band that you wanted to play with that you weren't you never thought you would that you did?
um No, like I just started volume back up 3 years ago. I took like a 20-year hiatus from doing it. I play guitar all the time. Every day and stuff, but like I did the family thing. And now that my kids are all grown, my son's 19, back when he turned about 16, um, I put the band back together and started doing shows. But back in the day, we played with a lot of the bigger bands. We played with like Queens of the Stone Age, Fu Manchu, Acid King, and bands like that, Mastodon. We got on a lot of Kill shows, some festivals, Zill shot, Stoner Hands of Doom and Missions Fest, and we were playing like this now. Um, um, we've done U.S. tour. We've done since we've been back like a West Coast tour, and we played out a lot regionally, but not with any of the big bands. It's just it's a little hard
Yeah,
trying to get
well,
on there.
yeah, a lot
So,
of that is like who do you know? You know what I mean?
oh, it's
Like,
all who you know. We
yeah,
got a cool coming up at the end of September. I can't say who it is, but it's a cool band that people really dig that. So I'm pretty stoked about that tour. It's like a 3-week tour. um, and they're from Europe, and we're going to be rocking that. So things are coming along, but it's not as there's just so many bands now. Um, Back in the '90s and early 2000, there was a smaller pool of bands, and like we were pretty known in the scene back then. But it's like, and so it was easy to get shows with the bigger bands, and but now it's like we're just one blip in a million of other bands all trying to do the same thing.
Dude, it really is. It's like a drop in a fucking ocean of music.
Yeah.
It's so wild. It's so wild to think about. And when you actually get into, I think, when you're doing the thing in the music, you realize it seems like there's a lot of people putting out music, but there's not very many people who are out there like touring and doing and
Right, right. And that's what I
so
want to do more. I want to get out there, and our drummer is Tony Tournay, who's in Fatso Jetson, Yawning Man, All Souls. Um he's he's pretty booked for the whole year, going to Europe, Japan, Australia. So we're kind of on hold until the so we're actually having to get a fill in for the tour. So, but I'm hoping in 2027 we're going to be able to get out there on the road every few months.
hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be, I don't know. I think for a band to be on the road, that's where that's where everything comes together. And of course, you've got to balance like being on the road and the fucking spouse or the household at home. So
Oh, yeah. It's a tough balance, but my wife's pretty cool. She's the one who encouraged me to get the band back together, so that was pretty rad.
hell yeah. That's a good wife.
Yeah, no, she is. I've been with her for 33 years.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
We're I got like 14 with mine and I don't know how she still tolerates me.
Yeah, you know,
So,
that that's the same thing. I'm just thankful every day for her. She's just,
yeah.
she's great.
So when you do that 3 week thing, are you guys doing all of the US?
No, no, it's we're going to be concentrating on the west coast, all going up to like even going up to Canada.
Oh, gotcha. Damn it. We gotta get
Yeah.
you we gotta get you guys out here.
We were just out there in May.
Yeah,
Where are you located?
so I'm in Louisville.
Okay, we played there.
Where'd you guys play at? Portal?
No, where did we play? I kind of get confused on the which place Louisville. I think we played the Mag Bar, is that it?
That would be it. Yeah.
Yeah, that we played the Mag Bar.
How did I miss that show?
I don't know. It's all right.
No, it's not all right. Like I go to so many shows. Um, fuck. I have to look back. I go to a lot of shows at Magbar and I've always I mean, I got a stack of flyers over there for Magbar shows.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no, yeah, we did a the North um like kind of Midwest all the way back to Boston U.S. tour. It was like a 3 week tour.
hell yeah. Do you guys play Indianapolis too?
Indianapolis. I don't think we played Indianapolis. We went from Chicago to Detroit to we did Iowa, we did Missouri, Kansas City, we did Cleveland. We went that way, and then when we came back, we went to like Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Louisville, and then um I think Oklahoma, um, New Mexico, Phoenix. So I
Yeah,
can't remember the whole thing, but something like that.
I gotcha. I like I only bring that up. I only bring up Indy because I feel like at one point you guys were looking for some bands to play with in Indy. Um, in one of like the Indianapolis groups, and I was like, play with Veilcast. Those dudes are rad.
Yeah, no, I was actually looking because I book bands too, and with super cool booking, and I was actually looking. somebody mentioned Velcast because I was looking for a support band for one of the shows I was booking. I hit up Velcast, but they had, I can't remember, but they couldn't do it. They had a show too close to that show, so they weren't able to do it.
Gotcha. Well, those dudes are super rad. Their live show is so fucking good. They have a new album coming out too. I can't fucking wait, dude.
Nice.
So it's what's your goal with Mojave Experience?
Oh man, I want to keep doing it. It's all going to ride on this year. I think it's going to happen. And then I'm starting to work on the next one. I'm hoping just to grow it. I want it to be like the early days of Coachella Fest, where they had killer bands. They didn't have all these Beyonce, and all this kind of pop, Justin Bieber, and all that stuff. That is what it is, but it wasn't what Coachella started out to be. And you know, doing it up here, it can never get that big, and I don't have delusions of grandeur that much. I got a little bit, but you have to do stuff like this. But I want it to grow to about 5,000 people over the next 5 to 8 years, and the venue can hold that. And I want it to be something like a niche festival, but a lot like where it's not just the stoner desert bands. I want to branch out and get bands that are like have some psych leanings and stuff, but like I look at Levitation, and they'll have a band like Pavement play with Mastodon. I mean, that, or the Black Angels.
Yeah.
I want a lot of that, but still tie it, still always have some desert bands in there. You know what I mean? And it's like that will be like the foundation of it. But I want to get it to um where we get bigger bands, like big bands where they normally wouldn't play something this small, but it's such a cool event that they're like, I want to play this. I don't care how much I get paid. I want to play this because it's just the kill vibe. I want to just because it's great out here. I love it out here. I always come back here, and I've lived in Florida, North Carolina, Phoenix, Idaho, but I just always find myself back here. I've been back now for a long time. I've been back since 2003, except for 1 year stint in Idaho, and then I was down in the lower desert for 5 years. But you know, I love it out here. I keep saying that, but
So uh, for us dummies that aren't familiar with like the desert, you mentioned the high desert and the low desert. What's the difference?
one's high, one's low. No, no, dad joke going on, but
Yeah.
no. The lower desert, that's like we live up in the mountain. The lower desert's like basically sea level. Like we live up like in the valley of the mountain. We're like 3,000 feet high. Um, so there's a mountain and a pass that separates the two parts, and so um they're about an hour drive away down to get down to Palm Springs, Palm Desert, all that place, Indio and stuff. Um, and so that's basically what separates. But it had a lot of the same influences going on. We're not in LA. We didn't grow up like around the big city. So a lot of that stuff I was talking about earlier about not having record stores or venues to play, you'd have to throw your own shows and house parties and desert parties, and they did the same thing. There wasn't a lot of crossover um back then. For one, back in the early 80s, I didn't have my first car until I was 18 and bought it myself. Used my parents every once in a while, but for the most part. And so there wasn't a lot of crossover. Then I would get down there sometimes, but most of it we're kind of we're even more isolated than they were. We had one high school that had maybe 800 people, one stoplight. We did in the 80s. We didn't even have a McDonald's here. It was pretty small town. You
Oh
know,
shit.
yeah, the town was 5,000 people. It was tiny.
That's so wild. They don't there's not many towns like that anymore. I feel like most
No,
everywhere has got a double digit like a a 5-digit population now.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Marine Corps base out here back then in the 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s, this town wouldn't even exist. 29 Palms. I'm about 13 miles east of Joshua Tree, but like um, we're bigger now. It's obviously time has passed, and we're probably up to 20,000 people now.
Oh shit. I'm yawning. I'm so fucking tired. What the hell is wrong with me? Um, I should have had some more coffee. So my cousin has a house. One of my cousins has a house in Palm Springs, and we took the kids. It's the coolest thing. So my kids are also older, right? So now they're 19 and 21. And in 23, we were like, hey, it's 22 or 23. Like, hey, we're gonna go just travel the country, right? Like we're gonna hop in this van and off we go, and we're gonna hop cities. So we stayed in Palm Springs like dumbasses in July for like
Oh, the
four,
hottest.
five.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, brutal.
dude. Cousin goes, hey, we have heater on the pool. Like, what the fuck do we need a heater for? It's
It's
118
already
degrees out
hot from
here.
just the sun. Yeah, the pools up here during the summer, the water's hot when you get into it. It's not
Yeah,
even cool.
it's a bath, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
so wild. But the coolest thing about that was, the kids, they're always on their fucking phones.
Oh yeah.
On that trip, dude, like we're riding through Utah, and I'm like, oh, I wonder. I bet they're all on their phone. And I look in the rear view, and all of them, both kids and one of their friends, just staring, watching the mountains. They're like, man, this is so cool. I'm like, this is what
That's
I want.
awesome.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yes, it's
yeah.
fun, super, super rad. Be able to do that with them. What um what bands haven't you seen on Mojave Experience?
Well, like I said, Ecstatic Vision, Howling Giant, gosh, well, Arthur Say because it's gonna. But I've seen them in Unita and Broken Promises. I've seen Unita a few times, Broken Promises a few times. Um, I've seen the Freaks. We've played with the Freaks a bunch of times. Who haven't I seen? Um, gosh, Soft Sun. I haven't seen them. That's Gary Arsh from Yawning Man. Um, I've seen Baracho because when we were on the U.S. tour last year, we played with them in D.C. and that's when I hit them up. I told them, "Hey, I'm putting together a fest. It would be great if you guys want to play." So they were like the first band I asked and stuff. So they were
Oh
great
yeah.
live. Um, who else haven't I seen? Um, um, geez. Oh, Hippie Death Cult. I haven't seen live,
Oh, I've seen
and so
them.
yeah, and so that's pretty much it. Most of the bands I've seen live and listened to the records and stuff. So
That's cool. Man, it's so wild. I think one of my favorite things about music is like, the regions have almost like very specific like styles. Even if it's like if everyone's playing death metal and you listen to, death metal from like Tampa versus death metal from Oakland,
yes, right.
it's very different. But there's not a lot of people who actually do like desert rock or desert music outside of, I think, the West Coast. I mean, people try to do it, but they just can't.
Yeah, there's a lot of Europeans that try to do it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
Now Fire Down Below, I think, does it well. I really like them.
I've never listened to. I know they're like on Ripple or something like that, but I've never listened to them.
Yeah, they're fucking rad. We went out to Planet Desert Rock weekend last year because they flew in to fucking play, and I was like, I'm not missing that.
Yeah, that's pretty right. And I'm assuming I've been seeing a lot of Palm Desert pop up that band. So I haven't heard them, but I'm assuming they sound desert rock.
Yeah, I would assume. I would assume so too. So what bands out there right now do you want to play with?
Oh, bands that I would want to play with. Lot there's just too many. I you know um most. I don't know. I mean, I would love to do a show if they come out like with Gran Marino, um, but like big bands, um, gosh, I don't even know. There's just too many. There's a lot of good big bands, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't have to be big bands. I don't give a shit. Like Gran Marino. So I
Yeah,
think you're gonna work on a tour volume in Gran Marino, huh?
yeah, they're actually going on tour with High Desert Queen here in April.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they're going to be going around the Midwest, I think.
Now I now I have to look.
Yeah, you got to check it out. I think
Yeah.
they're coming through your area.
Let's see. We often get skipped though.
Do
Like,
you?
yeah. It's so weird. There's only like 4 dates. That's from High Desert Queen. Hold on. Where'd you go?
It has a picture of a van on the poster. It's like a drawn poster.
Uh oh shit, I went the wrong way. That's so weird. No, I'm looking on High Desert Queen and they've only it, it doesn't really show anything.
They don't have a poster because that's how I've seen it. Is their post from High Desert Queen?
Yeah, oh, well, it might be on their socials. It's not on their
Yeah, most people don't update their website. If you're looking at their website,
that's where yeah. I
it's
mean
it's going to be on their social.
that's so weird. That's where I always go.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
like to go there too to see more what they're about.
yeah, like you're spending the time and energy um on the website. Like uh, let's see, here we go. Oh, they're in Nashville on the 10th and Indianapolis on the 11th.
No, no Louisville.
No.
There you go, getting missed again.
Yep.
It's
Such
not
is life.
fair. I
Eh.
know.
Well, one of the like it happens so much because of I'm a one we're like a B market, we're not we're not like a really we're a solid market for some bands and other bands not really. So Wino and was out here the other night with Ritual Arcana, and they're almost everyone at the show were there for the three locals that were playing.
Are you serious? That
Yeah,
sucks.
that's part of it. I mean, that's like that. Our market is so weird like that, but whatever. What's been your
Where were
favorite?
they playing at?
They played at there's this venue called Portal.
Yeah, I know Portal.
Yeah, it's a killer venue.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, man, it was a great show. Fucking killer show. Uh, just just weird. No, plus we've been dealing a lot with a lot of snow and ice, and we don't
Yeah,
get that
people don't
shit
want to
here.
go out. Yeah.
Mm-mm, not at
Especially
all.
if they're not used to it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, dude, like was it last week or the week before? We got more snow over the course of like 2 days than we've had in the last like 2 years.
That's crazy.
So wild. Like there's still snow on roofs and shit. Like I'm not used to seeing snow on roofs. What the hell?
Right. It's
Like I
not
left
Buffalo.
right. Like I left Michigan for a reason.
Right.
So stupid. Um, you know, what is your goal with Mojave this year particularly?
Um, the goal is get people to enjoy it, to come. It's like what I want, and the reason I called it Mojave Experience is like I keep saying, like I love it out here. There's a lot of stuff to do besides the normal go to the mall, go to the movies, go do all that stuff. We don't have none of that, but there's places and things to explore out here. There's lots of art installations that are just on the road or in somebody's backyard that are amazing. And there's so many. It's just like a breeding ground for musicians and artists. And um, I want people to experience all of that. And that's so I was coming up with the name. I was trying to think, what would I call this fest? I want to call it something Mojave something. And my wife's like, and I'm explaining it to her, why don't and she's the one who said, why don't you call it Mojave Experience? And I said, yeah, that encapsulates everything that I'm trying to do because I'm hoping that people come not just for the festival, but like come a few days earlier to explore everything or stay a few days later and explore all that we have, the night skies, the national park, the Joshua trees, the boulders. I mean, people come out here. This is back when I grew up, world famous for mountain boulder climbing. There's just huge boulders. We got the hugest, I don't even know if that's the word, the biggest standing boulder in the whole United States and possibly in the whole world. It's called Giant Rock. And there's just like alien lore about that. They used to have meetings out there. There's just so much stuff to do besides just coming for the fest. And so I want them, I want them to engage in what we have and just explore and take it all in. And the music is you know that's the main aspect of it, but it's more than that.
Yeah. So are you putting together like a list of shit that people can do?
I had this one guy made up. I sent him the stuff and it's called Scene Tracker, and there's you can find the link off of on my Instagram page, and it has a list of stuff to do. I've been on all my posts. I've been doing posts that mention and I highlight things to do and what's just curiosity things and trying to give people just taste of what we have to offer and stuff. I've done stuff on Giant Rock, Pioneer Town. I mean, that was built for the movie studios in the 50s. And they used to do a lot of the spaghetti westerns and stuff out here. Um, um, we like I said, there's lots of art installations. There's the national park where we get I forget, it's like a million some people a year just to come to the park. And that has skull rock, they have jumbo rock. The rocks look like skulls. They're pretty trippy.
Oh, that's
And
super cool. That's where
yeah, and
G.I. Joe came from. Or no, I'm sorry, not G.I. Joe, He-Man. Castle Grayskull.
totally. And but like if you go to my Instagram, I have a lot of posts that highlights those different things that people can check out besides just the festival.
That's super cool. I think I like the idea of it being an experience and not just a music festival, like we have so many music festivals. And whenever I go, what I find is that they all start at like 11 or 12. Like first band goes on at noon. Like, what the fuck? I'm going to listen to music for 12 hours. I mean, I do that anyway, but in this environment, I don't want to run back and forth to stages and do all this crazy shit.
Right.
It gets to be
Yeah,
too much, dude.
we have one stage. There's 10 bands Saturday with one stage. There's no overlap where you're running around and um what I'd like to do, I tried this year, we is I want more immersive type of stuff that people could check out between the bands, or I have a artist that's going to be on the side of the stage um painting being influenced by the bands and painting these like abstract artwork that people can see. And she might have some people from the audience who want to add their little inspiration to the paintings and stuff. And she sells them. And um, So she's a local artist, and I want to do more stuff like that. And what I was trying to do this year, which I wasn't able to secure, but I want to bring some kill telescopes out, because out here we have the perfect skies in the nights. There's not a lot of light pollution, you know what I mean? There's not a lot
Yeah,
of um and so you could see, I mean, with the naked eye, you could see, Jupiter and Saturn, but like with the telescopes, you can see the rings of Saturn. It's really cool.
that's fucking
So I
rad.
want to do that. So next year I'll have that, and I have some more people that I'm gonna be having do more immersive stuff like that as vendors, and so.
That's fucking cool. So what are all the vendors that you have this year?
Oh, we got some cool vendors. We have some local artists. We have um a place called Cactus Mart. They grow cactuses local, and they're famous. They um you go there and you can dig up your own cactus, take it home. They have little ones that fit in the palm of your hands to full size Segura cactuses, and um, you can see that on my Instagram too. We posted something like that. We have the Joshua Tree National Park Association. They do a lot of educational um, um, work with the national park, and they help do stuff from conservation to educational stuff. And they're going to be there. So people who want to explore the national park, they'll have a lot of information, a lot of programs that those people can get involved in. Um, they're also going to speak for 10 minutes in between the um, the band setting up and stuff, and giving a little bit of info on what they do, and encourage people to leave the desert as they found it, and
Yeah.
take care of it. It's for all of us, and not just you know to destroy it. And so we have them there. We have this cool designer who makes custom clothes, and you know, she has the normal person who just wants to wear some cool clothes, to like, she has like some pretty big name people in the music business that wears her clothes, but she's out of Joshua Tree, and they're all handmade and custom, and so she's going to be there selling some stuff. And um, we have a local tattoo guy. He's not going to do tattoos, but he's going to have some merch and different stuff that people can check out. And if they want to go get a tattoo during the week, they can. But next year, I'm going to actually have an on-site tattooist. But that there's a lot of permits involved in that, and getting the right environment for that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious about that, especially being like out in the desert. Like, I'm assuming you're going to have a pretty, like a tent with all, walls all the way around it or
yeah,
something.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff involved to do it. But next year, we're going to have that.
That's cool. That's cool as shit. That's, we did Headbangers Boat in 24, my wife and I, and she went and got a tattoo to like commemorate it. I think that's
Well,
a,
yeah, and that's what I want, because people will do that. Get the logo of the event, or something cool that they've been wanting to get, but it's with them in a lifetime, and they can, every time they look at it, go, "Oh yeah, I remember doing this. Oh, I was with so and so when we were there." There, people dig that.
hell yeah, they do. I don't know why people get tattoos though. That shit, it's the devil's work. Um, that's fucking rad. Damn, I'm gonna have to try and get out there. I want to be out there next year.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. It's yeah. I have to. Came out swinging pretty hard this year with some great bands, so now I have to, work harder to top that.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Oh,
Yeah.
how are you gonna top it? Like, you've got such a stacked fucking lineup already.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I got a list of bands that hopefully I can work through and get them on there.
Hell yeah, that's fucking.
A lot of them. I think we got the vibe, and we got the location. I think a lot of it's gonna come down to money. You know what I mean?
Always
And
does.
and schedule. So I'm pretty hopeful that we'll get a lot of the bands that I want.
That's cool. I'm not gonna ask you about bands for next year because we're not there yet.
No, no, not
No,
even.
The fuck, I think the bands for this year are absolutely rad.
Oh yeah, we got Earthless, Dead Meadow, Acid King, John Garcia, Yawning Man. We have the Early Moods. We have Ecstatic Vision, Howling Giant, like we were talking about. A lot of killer bands.
Oh yeah, dude. Saturday. I can't even say one day. I would rather do one day more than the other because I think both days like are fucking stacked from start to finish.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it is.
holy shit. How much are tickets?
Um, Friday sold out. Saturday are $75 if they get them now, but they're going to be more expensive day of.
That's fucking Friday sold out already. Oh, good. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is.
Good. Well,
But we
hopefully.
got people. It. I like when I was doing this. I was like, for the first year, I'm hoping I get a couple people out of the country. But we've gotten so many people from like all over Europe, the UK, Mexico, Canada. We got like 15 people coming from Australia, New Zealand. I think even Japan. So I was like humbled by that. I was like, man, people are really digging this, and they really like the bands that are on there. That we even got people who bought single tickets from different countries, and I'm like, they're coming by themselves. Like that's crazy. Like
That's so
I wouldn't
wild.
fly across the world, um, you know, by myself. I'd like at least bring a friend.
Yeah, I would definitely try to bring a friend, but I would go myself if no other option.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna meet friends there. Who cares?
That's true. That's true.
You
Yeah.
know. That's super fucking rad. You've got people from all over the country or country, all over the world and country, uh, buying tickets. Like, god damn, I think this is gonna be fucking good.
Oh yeah, it is. It's going to be something that you're going to be bummed if you missed it this year, especially the first one. It's like, catch on like the year, the second year, third year, and you're going to regret that you missed the first year.
Yep, every fucking time. I'm already regretting I'm not gonna be able to make fucking this year.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Okay. Patrick, I gotta rock. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. It
Dude,
was fun.
thanks for your time. I greatly appreciate it. You and I will have to do this again, more focused on volume, and we can chit
For
chat
sure.
and
Anytime. I'm always willing to talk about volume.
hell yeah, dude. We'll go have a great night. And honestly, I hope this completely sells out and exceeds your expectations.
I appreciate that. Have a good one.
You too, dude. See ya.